our class. Today, once again I am here to teach you a new lesson. In the previous videos, we learned our two lessons. Today, we are going to learn our new lesson, that is Harappan Civilization. Okay. So in this lesson, we will learn about the world's most ancient civilization, which is known as Harappan Civilization. Dear friends, Harappan Civilization is one of the most ancient civilization of the world. Harappan Civilization is the earliest non-urban culture of Indian subcontinent. So, it's a very important lesson for us. So, why this civilization is known as Harappan Civilization? How this civilization got the name Harappan? That we have to see now. Archaeological excavations first began in 1921 CE at Harappa in the Punjab on the banks of river Ravi. Harappa. It is the name of place where archaeological excavation began in 1921 CE.
We're conducting a stage 4 archaeological assessment as part of the OLRT project. The area that we're excavating right here was actually the outbuildings for dwellings that used to be here starting in the 1860s, 70s, which were occupied up until the 1960s and were then expropriated. So the buildings, or the pit that's going on back here, you can see that there's a wooden floor. These sheds would have been really quickly built. They didn't have foundations. They had wood floors, wood walls, and we're starting to find the remains of those now. Not only were they just outbuildings and sheds, but we've actually found some of the privies from these houses as well. With the excavation, all of the artifacts go back to our lab at Boulder Associates, where they'll be washed, inventoried and catalogued, and then we'll be writing a report for the site, and the report will be submitted to the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Sport. Helen's just found a clay pipe bowl. It's just one example of the type of artifacts that we might find here. We're essentially finding the rubbish from these houses. They used to just dump their garbage in the back, and so we find a lot of fragments of broken plates or bottles, or in this case, a pipe bowl. Can't say that we've actually found anything that rare for this type of site. It's all been pretty common. We found a penny from 1859. We get some pretty standard stuff, pipe bowls, the ceramics, a couple of glass bottles, things like that.
Okay, that is how this civilization came to be known as Harappan Civilization. Harappa and Harappan Civilization. The excavation began at the place Harappa. That's why this civilization known as Harappan Civilization. Harappan Civilization is also known as Indus Valley Civilization. Indus, it is the name of river Sindhu. Okay, Harappan Civilization is also known as Indus Valley Civilization. Okay, excavation was also carried out at Mohenjo-daro, a place about 650 kilometers to the south of Harappa. Another excavation also carried out to Mohenjo-daro, which is 650 kilometers to the south of Harappa. At the excavation which is carried out at Mohenjo-daro, the evidences came out, and the evidences have the resemblance which were carried out at Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. So in the both evidences there was resemblance, means similarity was there. Okay. So at Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, some remains came out during excavation. Similar remains have been found at Dholavira, Lothal, Kalibangan and Daimabad. So these are the name of places where Harappan civilization remains found during excavation. Okay.
Civilization. Archaeological excavation first began in 1921 CE at Harappa in the Punjab on the banks of the river Ravi. That is how this civilization came to be known as Harappan civilization. It is also known as Indus Civilization. Excavations were also carried out at Mohenjo-daro, a place about 650 kilometers to the south of Harappa in the Indus Valley. There was a striking resemblance between the remains of structures and artifacts found at the two places. Similar remains have been found at Dholavira, Lothal, Kalibangan, Daimabad, etc. Students, to remember this, we can use one trick. Remember a sentence. Dholo, Kali, Sari, Daimabad mein. Here, Dho stands for Dholavira, Lo stands for Lothal, Kali stands for Kalibangan, and Daimabad as it is. Is it not simple? Generally, the same characteristics are seen in all the places of Harappan civilization. These include town planning, roads, construction of houses, drainage systems, seals, pots and toys, and burial customs.
So students, now we will see the characteristics of Harappan civilization. Okay, so first characteristic we will see housing and town planning. The houses and other structures in Harappan civilization were mainly built with baked bricks. Baked bricks you can see into picture. In some places unbaked bricks and stones were also used for construction. The houses had wells, bathrooms and toilets. There was an excellent drainage system. The roads had covered drains built with baked bricks. This shows great concern regarding public health. So students, the houses of Harappan civilization peoples made up of baked bricks. The houses consist wells, bathroom and toilets. There was an excellent drainage system. The roads had covered drains built with baked bricks. Okay, the streets were broad and laid out in a grid pattern. Houses were built in the rectangular blocks. The towns were divided into two or more sections. Each and every section had separate fortification. Okay, so now we will see next second characteristic, that is seals and pots. The seals of Harappan civilization were mainly square shaped and made from a stone called statite. You can see the picture of statite. These seals bears pictures of animals like bulls, buffaloes, oxen, elephants, rhinos, tigers, etc. and also of imaginary ones like the unicorn. The seals were used as stamps. Harappan civilization seals were in square shape. They were made up of stones called steatite. The seals bears pictures of animals. Okay, these seals were also used as a stamps. Earthen pots of various types and shapes have been found at the excavation site of Harappan civilization. These pots consist patterns like fish scales, interlocking circles, and people leaves. Okay, so now the most important characteristic of Harappan civilization is the great bath. A spacious bath has been discovered at Mohenjo-daro. The tank in the great bath was nearly 2.5 meter deep. It was 12 meter long and 7 meter wide. By these measurements, we can understand the expansion of the great bath. The tank was lined with baked bricks to prevent seepage of water. There were steps leading down to the tank. There was also a provision for draining, cleaning and refilling the tank time to time. You can see the picture of great bath. Okay students, another characteristics we will see in another video. Okay, thank you.